Welcome to DaryaCrochetLife Advent Calendar. For 25 days this December, we'll count down to the holidays together with small and simple crochet and knitting projects that you can finish in one sitting. Each day brings a new little surprise, a tiny ornament, a quick decoration, or a cute mini gift, something to add a bit of cozy handmade magic to your December. Thank you for being here, and let's start today's project. Alright, here you can see all the materials and tools that we'll need for today's tutorial. So first of all, of course, it is a yarn. I'm gonna work with fingering weight yarn just because I happen to have these in Christmas colors. So we will need green, red and white. I think if you substitute white with gold, that would be also a great idea. So I will work with 3mm crochet hook because it will be the best for my fingering weight yarn. Then we'll need scissors and tapestry needle. And that's it. Let's get started. We need to make 8 circles. 4 of them will be red with white edge and 4 of them would be green. So let me show you how to make a circle. You need to take your main color, red or green, and we start by making a magic circle. So put the yarn on the table with short tail going to the left, then create a loop like this. Get this intersection with your thumb and middle finger and put the working yarn over your index finger. And these 2 fingers you bend because they will control the tension. So then take the hook and insert it right into the middle of the circle. Then catch the yarn from top and bring it to the front. Then I like to pull this thing down and hold my thumb right under the loop. And then you need to do 1, 2 and 3 chains. So these 3 chains, they will play a role of 1 double crochet. So we will count these as 1 double crochet. After that, you need to make 11 more double crochet right into the circle. So you do yarn over, insert your hook right into the circle under both loops, under both strands, I should say. Then do yarn over again, pull through, have 3 loops on the hook, yarn over, pull through 2, yarn over, pull through 2. So you will have like 2 bars, or this is my first double crochet. Keep working like that until you'll do 11 double crochet in total. This is what you should have if we count all our bars, so that will be 12 double crochet, including those 3 chains that play a role of 1 double crochet. Then you need to take the short tail and pull it to close the hole, like that. And the last step that we need to do in this first round is to make a slip stitch to close our round completely. So we need to find the 3rd chain among those 1, 2, 3. Remember that we did at the beginning. Insert your hook right into the middle of that chain, yarn over and pull through everything. So this is our first round. For the second round, you need to make 3 chains, then 1 double crochet into the same hole. You see where my double crochet is at my first chain kind of attached. I go in exactly the same hole and do double crochet over there. So we will treat this as an increase. Increase is when 2 stitches made into the same hole. So we will treat this as an increase, and you have to make increase in every single stitch around. So starting from the very next stitch, we do 1 double crochet into the next hole and 1 more into the same hole. And then go to the next one. 1 double crochet into this hole and 1 more into the same hole. So work like that all around, and in total, count your stitches at the end. In total, you should have 24 double crochet. All right, I finished my second round, so I've done 24 double crochet. Now let's find the third chain and make a slip stitch over there. In the next round, we do 3 chains and then double crochet into the same hole. So we will treat this as one increase. Then you need to make 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Go under both loops of the next stitch and just 1 double crochet goes there. And now we need to do this sequence. So 1 double crochet increase, 1 double crochet. In the following stitch we do double crochet increase. So 2 of them will go into the same hole. And after that, in the next hole, we do just 1 double crochet. And you work like that all around. And at the end, count your stitches. You should have 36 double crochet. Okay, then find your third chain and make a slip stitch to close the gap. And that's what you should have, 36 double crochet after making this third row. Then we need to make our last round of double crochet, number 4. We start with 3 chains. Then you do 1 more double crochet into the same hole, and we will treat this as 1 increase. And after that, we need to do 2 double crochet. Each of them will go into their own space. 1 going into the next stitch and another one into the following stitch. And then you need to repeat this 1 increase, 2 double crochet all around. And at the end, I want you to count your stitches. You should have 48 double crochet. 1 increase, and then 2 double crochet, each of them going into their own space. 1 and 2. Keep working like that to the end of this round. Okay, at the end of this round, you should make a slip stitch into the third chain, but after that, we're gonna change color to white. So I'm gonna do it like that. I insert my hook into the third chain, and then I drop my red color, I take my white, and I finish the stitch with white. So I pull through everything with white. Then do 1 chain and go into the same hole where you just made your slip stitch and make an increase of single crochet. So 1 single crochet and another single crochet going into the same hole. Okay, after that, I like to tie a knot, so we can cut red and then tie this 2 yarns together. Just make a double knot. All right, so we've done 1 increase of single crochet. And this is going to be our last round, and you will work it like that. So 1 increase and then 7 single crochet, each of them going into their own space. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. And then you need to repeat it again. 1 increase, 7 single crochet, and you will work like that all around. In total, you repeat it 6 times. And at the end, count your stitches. You should end with 54 single crochet. Okay, I'm at the end of my round. So now count your stitches. You should have 54 stitches after making this round. If everything is correct, so find the very first single crochet that we've done and make a slip stitch over there. like that. So then I'm gonna leave slightly longer tail because it would be easier to sew the piece later, and you need to fasten off. All right, so now we need to weave in these 3 yarn ends. This long one, let's not touch because, as I said, we're gonna use it for sewing. So let me show you how you weave that in. So you thread the yarn through the tapestry needle. Because the very first thing we did was a magic circle, there is no knot over here. We need to make a knot. Find any loop that is close to your yarn tail, doesn't matter which one, but let's say this one. Insert your needle under that loop, but not to the end. You see, I'm leaving another loop. And then insert your needle into that loop and tighten that. Now you have a security knot. So then find any loops that are nearby of our working yarn, insert your needle under that loop and pull through. And you can repeat it several more times. It's good when you change direction. After you've done that several times, you can cut the excess yarn. And then you have to do the same thing with these 2 yarn tails. All right, and then you have to make 4 green circles and 4 red circles with white outline. So all of them should have white outline. And the last thing that we need to make is just to sew it all together. So let's do some preparation first. Thread the yarn through the tapestry needle, and then I want you to understand which one is your right side and what is the wrong side. So this is how the wrong side looks, and this is the right side. First of all, on the right side, it's easier to see ridges, and the main thing that telling you what is right side is that on the right side, you see this V's, the last V's that you, from the last stitches that we've done, they're kind of leaning to that side. So they're facing more you. If I turn my work over, I don't really see V's because they are on the other side. This is wrong side, this is right side. So you have to flip it this way with wrong side being inside, like that. And the first, we just need to sew these 2 together. Just make quick, like couple times, I think would be enough. And then security knot, and like that. Do it with all of your circles. Okay, that's what you should have. Then you can take one of these circles, and I'm still not cutting the yarn. I'm not weaving in the yarn. So now I have to bring my yarn tail over here. So, and I will just, like, you know what, the same way how you weave in, I will do the same thing under all of my yarns, maybe not in one go. I'll just move the position of the yarn. Okay, something like that. Then you have to arrange all of your semicircles like this. 1 red, 1 green, 1 red, 1 green. Yeah, like that. And okay, it will be in the, yes, we can do 4 and 4 because otherwise it would be hard to hold it. And you have to go through all tops. Like that, and then the next 4. I think for security purpose, I would maybe go one more time through all of them, just in case. Make a security knot, so find any loop that is nearby, insert your needle under that loop, pull through, but not to the end, and then insert your needle through that loop and tighten that. So, okay, we sew the top together. Now we have to do the same thing with the bottom. You can take one, doesn't matter which one, of other yarn ends, bring it the same way to the other, like to this side, and join the bottoms the same way. Okay, that's what I have right now. So both top and bottom are joined and middles are joined. And now we have to join more places. So you have to move your working yarn the same way like we did before, up to the kind of middle of these 2 points, but I would go a little bit closer to the top. I think it will look better. So yeah, let's say here. Maybe a little bit more because I am a little bit too close. Yeah, like that. Yeah, I think this would be enough. And join 2 neighboring circles, same way how we were sewing it here, just through both layers. 1, 2, and 3. Okay, and you have to do it all around the top and all around the bottom. That's how the whole thing looks after joining these tops. So I just need to do the same thing at the bottom. The thing is that you have to find the closest yarn tail and just bring it to the point where you want it to attach. I don't want to cut the new yarn tails all the time because that will be I think way too many weaving in ends at the end. But anyway, just keep in mind that you can move the yarn tail to whichever spot you need next. And I'm gonna do this bottom now. So that's what I mean. You see my yarn end is going from here, but I want it there. And I just go under several loops the same way like we did before, and just move it to whichever stitch I needed. Yeah, I think that is great. And then just go and join it to the neighboring circle, like that. And keep working like that all around. If you have something like this popping out, so you can just break it. Yeah, keep sewing all around. Okay, and then you just have to weave in all these remaining tails and the ornament would be done. Okay, so this is my final result, clean. Yeah, so you can sculpt it the way you want. And I'm gonna take this piece of red thread, same yarn that I was using for making this piece, and I will attach it right here on top with my crochet hook. So I'll go with the hook somehow through several layers, catch this loop and pull it through. Okay, let's be careful not to break anything. Okay, so like that. And pull these both tails through that loop. And you can tie these 2 ends. We can cut it a little bit shorter. And that's it. Our ornament is done. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this project, please like the video and subscribe. It really helps the channel. And don't forget to come back tomorrow for the next day in our crochet and knitting advent calendar.